What's up, cookies? Welcome back. If you're new here, hello. My name's Carolyn. This is my channel, obviously, because I'm the one looking at you. And I talk about all things in and around fashion. I show you lifestyle, my lifestyle living here in New York as a content creator, business owner, and an adult, which it's ghetto being one, honestly. And yeah, we like to have a good old kiki and giggle. So welcome. Let's sit down. Today, I kind of just want to talk about all the things that I learned as a content creator during this year's September New York Fashion Week. Just as a quick background to those who haven't been along for this journey for the whole time, or just new, or if you just need a recap. My career started in the fashion industry in 2006, let's say. I moved to New York to attend FIT. I have an associate's and bachelor's in merchandising management. I've worked in places like Saks Corporate, Saks Stores, Barney's, Elle Magazine, all the things. I've had my hand in product development, styling, store, what's it called? Activations, customer service, leading teams, being behind the scenes at the older version of New York Fashion Week. And I took a break to go into wellness and fitness, started my own CBD brand. But then the content creation space pulled me in, and now I'm back in the realms of fashion and beauty. Funny how life kind of brings you back. And this was very much a full circle experience for me for this year's New York Fashion Week, because I've been doing content creation for the last 3 years? 3 years, basically full time. Yes. And, the first few seasons of Fashion Week in New York, I felt like a fish out of water because it had been so long since I've been in this space. I don't really know a lot of people like I used to when I was really in the depths of this industry, going to Fashion Week, helping out at Fashion Week, working with brands that are showcasing at Fashion Week. And it's definitely not what it used to be during those years as it is now. I remember going to Milk Studios for Suno's fashion show and I was helping my mentor Nadia at backstage basically, and had seen the product development for that particular collection up until that show. And I remember bloggers being a thing around that time. It was like 2010. Leandra Cohen was one that was starting to hit the scenes, Man Repeller. And some people had some thoughts on it. I thought it was interesting, but not intriguing enough to really understand what a blogger was at that time. But I noticed that there was a slight change about who was seated at those fashion shows. So it's definitely an interesting perspective to have, where I used to have so much access and ability to move around Fashion Week like I used to, and now learning that it's a totally different industry and space and application process to be a part of Fashion Week, right? And as a content creator, the first few were a little bit tough for me because I was like, damn, I really am out of sorts here. I don't know nobody. I felt very isolated. I didn't know a lot of other content creators. And I was just nervous about it all, because my real reason for leaving the fashion industry to begin with in 2015 was because I felt very silenced by the industry. I felt really uncomfortable. I felt like it was very hard for me to grow as a Black woman in this space. And it just didn't feel right for all those reasons and other things. And plus the money was funny, honey. I was just like, we're not getting paid enough in this luxury space. But I've always been a part of the luxury fashion sector, whether it's store, production, styling, etc. Right? So this was one of those fashion weeks where I'm sitting here, and first and foremost, I want to thank y'all. This community is definitely the reason why I was in certain spaces this time around. There's so many people that are speaking my name in rooms that I do not know about, that I can see the depths of the love that we have here. So I definitely want to shout out to y'all, shout out to the cookies for doing that, or just uplifting me, keeping me in mind, sending positive vibes, the comments wishing us well, all those things, all the beauty that a community brings. I want to thank y'all for it, because without y'all, I would not have had this experience at Fashion Week this year. I had quite a time. I was so happy at the end of it, because I was tired. I was tired as hell, but I was just like, wow, I accomplished a lot. I learned new things about myself and how I want to go within this space going forward. So I want to talk about some of the things I've noticed, picked up on, some of the things that I want to like shed light on, a little bit of tea spillage, maybe not, I don't know. But I just want to talk about the experience and what I really think about it. Because I feel like the first few seasons, I was just like, man, I don't really know if I want to do this again. Like, is it worth my time? I felt ugly in certain spaces. Like, when I say ugly, I mean like the environment felt ugly or unwelcoming or just not positive. So first thing I noticed, a lot of fashion houses that were doing shows this year, yes, they have their own PR team, but the beauty brands, the lead makeup artists, the lead makeup brands, the lead skincare brands that are collaborating or sponsoring, I don't know, but are involved in each of these fashion shows, brought on a lot of creators to attend the show, to be behind the scenes, to even create reels or content for that brand and the fashion brand together. There was a lot, like Hourglass flew in people from all over the world, creators from all over the world, to be in town for the Hourglass and Barney's collaboration pop-up that they have. So businesses like Bobbi Brown Skincare, Bobbi Brown Makeup had people attending shows. MAC, who else? Zoe Skin invited me to Naeem Khan's show backstage. Mary Leilu invited me to Zanko's backstage. So it's like there was a lot of interesting notes taken. Camille Rose invited us to Laquan Smith because they had the hair products for the backstage prep and everything. So that was something I was like, this is really interesting. So the beauty girls that also lean into fashion were killing it this season and being brought to Fashion Week through those brands, whether it was hair, skin, makeup. Noted. No, and why I'm saying this, it should be noted if you're interested in this industry and you know that you dabble into beauty, you dabble into fashion, like this is the realm that you want to stay in. Lean into beauty to make those connections so it can transfer, because I feel like this is going to be a continuous growing thing going forward as well, along with like brands like American Express too. So there are certain lifestyle brands, administrative product brands, banking brands that are sponsoring these fashion shows for these designers, and they're bringing people to the show. So think about tapping into that as a creator to then create the opportunity and relationship to have that taking place. Please don't pay any attention to what's behind me because it's a mess, y'all. The mess is just messy, and I don't want y'all to. Don't judge me for what's going on back here. I don't even know the paint. Don't worry about nothing. Just look at me. I had no makeup on because I needed to let my skin breathe after makeup every day for Fashion Week, etc. Okay, so y'all gonna get what y'all gonna get today. Love me for it. Okay, the next thing, while I think that these are great opportunities to connect with my other creative friends, meet new people, see the things, have fun in New York City, I don't need to be going to all these parties that y'all had got me invited to. I don't even drink liquor, and I know I don't have to drink liquor when I'm in these spaces, but I'm tired. I'm tired. I don't want to go out at 9 p.m. I need to be in the house with my feet in an ice bath. And then some of those events that were like not a fashion show after party or something, me and one of my friends experienced like people being kind of condescending, nasty. And I was like, this is why I left the industry to begin with, because y'all people just are mean and like it's not necessary. Like, why would y'all even treat anyone to feel unwelcomed? And it's just like, very pretentious. So I definitely will, work with my management team to maneuver through some of these event party activations invites to really make sure it's aligned with my content brand and my, I guess, just how I get down. Like, I don't see myself going to, let's say, a Hennessy party. Okay, I'm tired. I don't want no hoorah rah. Leave me alone. But I would go to, let's say, I don't know. I would go to a Jamba Juice afternoon party because I love fruit smoothies. I love the daytime, and I like a good green juice. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I feel like that's in line with me. You know what I'm saying? Do you hear what I'm saying? So after 9, I need to be home. Unless it's like it really makes sense for me to be there. You know what I'm saying? The other thing that I noticed, I am so happy that I got the opportunity to go backstage to those 2 shows because it brought it all back for me. Like my first true love about Fashion Week, and I was there when it was more centralized in certain areas like Bryant Park, Lincoln Center, Milk Studios, right? I miss the buzz, the grit, the rawness of behind the scenes because it all comes together on that day and all the teams work together and people be running around acting like they curing cancer. But something about it I missed and I loved, okay? If you hear me, comment below with a heart because I feel that I've had trouble trying to figure out not my niche. Like I know your personality in social media is truly your niche and your interests just flow into that, right? So I know that y'all understand I'm authentic. I cannot lie. Okay. I did lie about something. I'm gonna tell y'all another time though. I lied about something on one of my recent posts, but I was pushed to a limit. I had to do what I had to do because I didn't get all the things that I need to get from the brand, and they needed it by like 6 p.m. And I was like, well, I don't have the thing, but I can say that I use it, but I don't have it right now. But whatever, like I'll tell y'all about that later. And it's been eating me up because I was like, I lied. I kind of fibbed. But anyway, what was I talking about? I feel like I want to have a very unique perspective as a content creator. Like I know we love the fashions. We talk about the fashions. We talk about life. We talk about authenticity. We talk about our fears. Like we have our banter. There are things that y'all know I'm a talk about and I know about, and y'all know I'm an expert on certain things, and y'all also know when I'm learning something new. But I wanted something that was just a little bit like completely my lane and just like, yeah, this is it. I want to be the fashion girl, the fashion expert that is also a journalist to a degree, an editor to a degree, an interviewer on camera. Like I want to take it back to like, remember when E! News would go backstage during Fashion Week? Like when they would be back there with Isaac Mizrahi. And you know what I'm saying? Like I really, I said, oh my God, this is me. So I don't know how my next fashion week in New York is going to go. I don't know if I'm going to go to any other fashion week like Copenhagen. I do want to go to that. But I know that the next few months and weeks, I will be leaning all the way into my expertise. I will be leaning all the way into this realization that me interviewing and getting to know these brands in a different way and shedding light on the raw grit and hard work and just the creativity of it all. I like that. I like that. Yeah, it feels good, don't it? Okay, so I'm so excited that I was able to experience that because now I know. Now I know the direction that I've been craving for. And we're just going to go down that path, girl. The other thing that I feel like I've realized, we're not going to wear heels that are from Satan's closet, okay? Them Bottega Veneta boots, y'all know I'm a Bottega hoe, okay? I love Bottega Veneta. But them over-the-knee boots, I should have never said, oh, I could break them in. The heel is not that tall. Yeah, that's all right. Now, I don't know if y'all going to see those again. I'm telling you right now, I'm resentful. The fact that I had to come all the way back to the Bronx on that first day that I wore those boots, and I had to have Carlos meet me outside in front of our building to say, yank these things off my feet and give me some flats. Because that's what happened. We're not going to do that. We're going to be casually fine. Because also, another thing I know is a lot of these people that get first row to these shows and that are legends in this space, right? They roll out the bed and show up to the fashion show. They're wearing flats. They are comfortable, okay? And that leads me to my next thing. In New York, trains over Uber. Because Uber going to take all your money. They're going to price gouge during these types of weeks. U.S. Open, back to school, New York Fashion Week. They want to take our money. They took so much money. I spent over $1,000, and I live here. Not again. So I'm going to be more conscious of my overall fit, because truth be told, I also took Ubers, yes, for convenience, but also because I was granted the opportunity by Christian Choi to be dressed from his archive. So meaning I had archive pieces from Gianni Versace, Christian Dior. And so because I was gifted this opportunity, I realized I was wearing thousands and thousands of dollars of rental fees on my body. And I did not want to do Christian no harm by getting yoked up in the train for my pieces that I was wearing. You know what I'm saying? So for insurance and security, I was taking the Ubers, but we gonna reassess and replan how that's gonna work next season. Cause I'm not spending $80 for a $40 ride. You hear me? Holler if you hear me down below. And the other thing I realized, as much as, these are the things I've wanted to have a packed schedule, right? But I also realized I really need to understand the intent and the reason and the alignment for every invite, because I could just shut up, because I overcommitted on certain schedulings or invites and under delivered on I think 3, and I was absolutely a no-show. That is not of my character, and it was overwhelming to myself to be I'm going to try to get to everything. It's impossible. You got events in Brooklyn, Uptown. Ralph Lauren had his show in the Hamptons. Now, I was not invited, but you never know. I'm just trying to tell y'all what I understand. What I understand is when it comes to scheduling, when you get to a certain point, you are getting events, invites, you're getting show invites, you want to be well, who all gonna be there and where it's gonna be and what's it for? So pacing self, not having to get to everything, and making sure your schedule is smooth and intentful. Is that a word? Filled with intent. That is intentional. I'm sorry, y'all know what I meant. Listen, I'm getting over sickies, okay? I got the sniffles and my throat was scratchy. And I'm a little stressed, okay? Bear with me. I'm almost finished. And listen, next fashion week could be crickets. It could be, But, one thing I didn't like. I didn't appreciate, and I'm humble. I'm not one of these other girls, some of our favorites, the blueprint to what I'm doing, right? And I'm not going to be invited to a lot of shows at this point. I know that, I'm so grateful. Do you hear me? But I do feel that there are some upcoming designers and brands that I am actually really involved with, that I mentioned so much, that I am a patron of, that I know their staff, I know their significant others, I know and in communication all the time. But when it came to me reaching out via DM, via email, from my agency email, from my personal email, and hear nothing of, not even a standing spot that I asked for to attend their show or presentation, but yet I get an invite to an after party, I think it's weird. What do y'all think of that? Am I being a jerk? Am I being too, am I expecting too much? Or what's the word? I know somebody gonna say the word. Ahead of myself, cocky. I don't know. I would have thought damn, I thought we had a connection. Or not even just not even just the after party, like get invited to the after party and not even respond to anything else, but also not responding to anything and nothing comes of it. And then I ran into some of these people at some shows, and I'm just like, oh, good luck on your show today. Like, that made me feel sad. I was just like, okay, well, I don't know what that means. I still love your stuff, still love your artistry, but like, I wonder. Sometimes I feel like it bothers me when it really does come across when a brand or a designer or an artist shows that they are more about, I don't know, like what makes people the right people to attend a show. I just feel like fashion shows to me are a gallery of artwork in a very unique medium. I want to see the art flowing on these vessels of humans and seeing the mind and creativity of a designer in real life, seeing the inside of someone's creative mind. It is an art form to me, and I love to see the development, the heart, the connections, the love, the tears, the pride, you know what I mean? And also the mess, because it happens, it's there, right? So I don't know if you can see that my arms are hairy. I haven't shaved my arms. But anyway, I think some part of me was a bit sad to know, like, damn, they ain't even respond to me at all, but I be seeing them all the time. All right, well, it's cool. It's cool, but it's not cool, because I'm like, how do you really feel about people? Who do you really want to connect with? And it's just, is it because you think I can't do something for you now? To me, I don't really roll with people who treat people according to what they think they could do for them. Like, if you can't even be kind to someone who is waiting on you at a restaurant, or the cleaning person in a particular facility, you don't even acknowledge them. Sometimes I see that type of application and treatment in industries like the fashion, well, any industry, but I don't do well when I see that someone is disregarding to some people depending on what they think they could do for them. Do I make sense? Anyway, some upcoming videos. I'm going to talk about some of the highlights and lowlights from these runways during New York Fashion Week and the other ones that are currently happening. I have a lot to say about some of the brands who actually disappointed me last year that did not disappoint this year, and I'm happy about, because I'm looking at these shows for a change. I'm looking for the shows to give us something different, something super unique. I want to see the inside of these designers' minds. I don't want to see the inner workings of the brands that own them and capitalism and looking like everybody else. I don't want to see not one more hoodie. I don't want to see not one more t-shirt with a logo. Leave it alone. Give me odd and fab, texture and color, levels, the drama. That needs to be a song. And the accessories and the trends that I'm starting to see. All right, we're going to talk about it. Y'all tune into the next episode. But can I just thank y'all again for all the opportunities that y'all vibed into me. And honestly, it was a pleasure meeting a lot of y'all throughout Fashion Week. Like, to see the names, the faces behind the names, and just the energy. Some of y'all are like y'all are, which some of the things that some of y'all do for work, I'm just like, what? So you be doing that stuff? Well, that's you. Well, why don't you start a channel? Like, I am blown away and like very impressed that my community is just thorough. I just have amazing people, y'all. All right, Cookie, comment below. Ask me some questions. What do you want? What else do you want me to know? What else do you want me to spill some tea in another way? I don't know. Like, wait, what do you think I know? What do you want to know? Comment below. I'll see y'all later, okay? Thank you for watching. I love y'all. Bye.